All right, here we go. Hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Saturday, August 26th, 2023, or whenever you're watching this YouTube video. So welcome to Move Easy Yoga. Our props today are going to be our trusty chair, a sponge ball if you have one. If you don't, it's not a big deal. You'll want a brick, preferably a thick one, and a strap. And for today, if you have a rope tie or a belt, that would work just as well. So the focus is going to be on hips and a little bit of core work. So we're going to start in our usual manner with legs up on a chair, 7-minute static rest. We're putting our lower back in traction. Now, if you ever have lower back issues, this is a really good position to be in. It's very comfortable. And you can be here for like half an hour if you want. We're going to do 7 minutes. So your lower legs are parallel to the ceiling. Your hips are a few inches away from the chair because they're in a neutral position. So you have the natural curve in your lower back. Just breathe normally and bring yourself into your yoga space. Eyes can be open or closed. Arms are wherever they're most comfortable. Okay, time's up. Stay where you are. If you choose, you can roll your tongue under the roof of your mouth. We're going to slowly move our head from right to left about 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're doing is vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. You can do this in this position, or you can do it sitting. Your head is stationary, facing forward. Excuse me. I just think about it and I yawn. And just your eyes move. So you start by moving your eyes to the right, just your eyes. You're activating the vagus nerve coming down the side of your skull. You'll get a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Oh. And for me, it happens right away now. And then eyes back to center. And then without moving your head, your eyes go to the left. And same thing, wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Now go ahead and do this 2 more times on each side without my cueing. What this does is this resets the body. It's like resetting your computer. It resets your nervous system. So it's a good thing to do on a daily basis. And now finish up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. Now you can leave whatever support you have under your head if you choose. You can put a set of therapy balls under your head. I like to use a sponge ball. Just personal choice. Or you can leave it where it is. So the idea is to reverse what we call text neck, where we're always looking down at our devices. So we want to push the occipital ridge, that bony part between your ears that runs along your scalp line, away from our body. And this is also something you can do sitting up or in this position. So we're going to do this about 5 times. So we push, press the back of your neck, away from your body towards the floor, or just away from your body. Hold it, and then release, and then press, hold, and release. Now, this may also generate a yawn or a sigh, or the same thing that happened when we were doing our vagus nerve reset. Press, hold, and release 2 more times. Press, hold, and release. Excuse me. Last one. Press, hold, and release. It's also a good one to do every day. Okay. Now, the breathing exercise we're doing today is, what did I put down? Extended exhale breathing. And sorry, my eyes really water when we do this. So extended exhale breathing is another way of preparing your body for movement. So you take a normal inhale and you count your inhale. For example, inhale 2, 3, 4. And then you make your exhale longer than your inhale, preferably twice as long, but just as long as you can. And then inhale again. Yeah. Okay. Last John. Gosh. Okay. So inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be an example. So go ahead and do this 3 times. Everybody is different. So I'm not going to walk you through it, but everybody is different. Just inhale normally and then make your exhale as long as possible. Okay, finish up. And the next thing we're doing is our vacuum. Now you can do it in this position if you choose. You can push yourself away from your chair or your couch, or move your chair away. You can have your legs bent, or you can have them extended. My personal preference is to extend, but whatever works for you. We're all familiar. Let's get up just a little bit more. We're all familiar with the vacuum. You take a normal inhale, and then when you exhale, you press your lower back against the floor, push your belly button down towards the floor, hold it, create a vacuum, hold it for the count of 10, and then release. So normal inhale, and then exhale everything out of your lungs, create a vacuum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. Bring your breath back to normal. Takes a couple of seconds. A normal inhale. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Create a vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and inhale. Take a minute, bring your breath back to normal. There's a tongue twister. Breath back to normal. Okay, last one. Normal inhale. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Create a vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, while we're here, we're going to do some windshield wipers because these are good to warm up the hips. So your knees are bent, your feet are hip width apart. And let's just go part way. We're just warming up. Just maybe hip edge to hip edge, sacrum edge to sacrum edge. Your sacrum is right above your tailbone. So we're just going a few inches from side to side just to warm up. Moving slowly. Yes, slowly back and forth. This is not only good for your hips, it also works for lower abdomen, just so you know. Okay. Now, if you have a sponge ball, put it between your thighs. If you don't, you can use a brick or just nothing. That's fine. I put my feet a little bit further apart for this. Now we're going to do this for just 1 minute. So this does limit you. If you feel your hip coming up, that's okay. We're going a little bit further this time, but keeping the sponge ball between our legs, our knees. So again, moving slowly. We're doing this for a full minute. Just back and forth. Going a little bit further this time. But not all the way down to the floor, just maybe halfway, maybe 2/3, maybe 3/8. There we go. That's 1 minute. Okay. And the next thing is take your sponge ball away. The next thing is wide leg windshield wipers. Now here we go. Your legs, your feet my feet are as wide as my mat. They're just on the edges of my mat. You can have them as wide as what is comfortable for you. This works for me. Now we're also going to do this for 1 minute. Oops, almost hit 1 hour. And your knees are going to come down as far as possible. And then up, and then the other way. Now you can also regulate your breathing to go with this. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Or you could do the other way around. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, whichever works for you. Again, though, we are still moving slowly, just getting a little more movement in. The knees don't always have to come all the way down to the floor, just as far as you can. There we go. All right. Good job. Good job. Now let's go ahead and come up to sitting. Take it slow. We're going to do our regular stretches, warm-ups that we do. My glasses get so fogged. So this is our regular side bend with lat stretch. 40-second timer. So hand along the mat, other arm comes up and over. You want to be facing forward as much as possible. Be aware of where you're feeling this. I'm feeling this all the way down my side. Now lower your arm till it's parallel to the floor and stretch that arm out. Should feel a different stretch. Oh, yes. The latissimus dorsi. That's a good stretch. Arm up, torso up, other side. Hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. These stretches always feel so good in the morning for me. It's like it wakes my body up. Now let's lower that arm and reach for the corner here. Reach, reach, reach. All right, arm up, torso up. Good job. Let's switch our legs. Now we're going to do the thoracic spine rotation, which is another one you're familiar with, I know. So we'll start on your right or your left, my right. Hand on your knee, other arm comes behind you with spider fingers. Rotate your shoulders. Now, our options are moving your head right to left or moving your rib cage right to left. And you can do both, but not at the same time. Or you can just enjoy this and just be aware of where you're feeling this. Make sure your back is straight and your shoulders are back. Good job. Come on around. We'll do the other side. Hand on knee, arm behind you. That's your support. And move your shoulders. Remember your options. I just like to feel the sensation of where I'm feeling this. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just, this is a very good stretch. Okay, come on around. Now for the third movement in this triplet, we're going to change our legs to bound ankle. So if they need to be out, that's fine. If you can bring them in, that's fine too. So the soles of your feet are together. And what we're doing is let's see if I can demonstrate. You want to keep your back straight and just hinge forward. Now, you don't need to go very far, and you won't be able to go very far unless you're hunching. But we want our back to remain straight and just hinge forward and hold it. So we're going to be holding that for 40 seconds. So back straight, shoulders back, and just hinge forward. I can't go very far because I did something to my back. And this is about as far as I can go while keeping my back straight. So if you can go further, that's great, but make sure you keep your back straight. This is your hinging from the hip. Keep your shoulders back. Your neck is neutral. And there we go. Okay. So now we're going to do our wall work, our wall stretches. So give me just a second to move my computer. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So we're going to do our regular back bend at the wall, where our back is to the wall. Arms go up, palms go on the wall, elbows are as close to your head as possible. We're going to hold this for 40 seconds. So arms up. Here we go. Now you want to make sure that your hips are not jutting out, that they're directly above your feet. However, your chest will be expanded. So that's 40 seconds. Come on down. Now we're going to do the spine rotation at the wall. I want to adjust so you can see where my feet are. Small rooms. Okay. So we'll start on the right side. So right foot forward, left foot back. Your elbows are at your waist. Your hands are up, and we'll rotate and put our palms on the wall. So 40 seconds, palms on the wall. Hips are parallel to the wall. Shoulders are as close to facing the wall as possible. You won't be able to do it the whole way, but just as close as possible. Make sure your back is straight. You can move your head right and left if you choose. This is very similar to what we just did sitting. Okay. Come off of that, and we'll go the other direction. Left foot forward, right foot back. Again, elbows at your waist, palms up. Rotate and put your palms on the wall. And we're holding this for 40 seconds because after 30 seconds, it really begins to affect our mobility. So I will sometimes hold a position longer than that just because it feels good. But that's up to you. You can do that in your home practice. There we go. Okay. Now the third thing we're going to do involves the brick. We do this every time. It's our balancing exercise. We're going to put the brick near the wall because I don't know about you, I need the wall for support. There we go. And we're going to stand on this brick for 40 seconds using the wall as support on one leg and then the other. So we start on the right. Now, hold on. Okay, stop. We're not doing that. We are doing something different. We're not just standing. We are going to stand on the brick and swing our other leg slowly because this is for the hip. So we're going to do this for 40 seconds. And you want to definitely hang on to the wall for that. So, because we're focusing on hips. So this is really good if you, it happens to me sometimes when I'm out walking and I get a little stiff in my hip, I'll stand on a curb, hold on to something if I can, and just swing my leg. And it really helps. So slowly, you should feel it right at the hip joint. It's kind of like putting it in traction. Okay, now we're going to do the other leg. My back's going to be to you. You can see what I'm doing. So 40 seconds. One foot on the brick. The other leg is dangling. And slowly going back and forth. Okay. That was 40 seconds. That goes by fast. All right, back to the mat. And let me plug in or I'll die for sure. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do some more hip work. Excuse me, I need my own producer to adjust things. Now, we're going to sit. Our legs are we're going to stack our knees. And I know that that's difficult. Try sitting on a brick or something higher. I'm going to bring my Hussack in here. When you sit on something higher, it's a lot easier to do rather than sitting right on the mat. So if you, even a chair, but something like a little higher, like even 2 bricks, might make it easier. The higher your hips are, the easier it is to stack them. So it's something to work on. See, I have difficulty when I'm on the mat. I like sitting on a brick. Now you'll also want your strap here. because we're going to do actually the cow face the whole way. So we're going to stack our knees. We're going to take our strap and have it behind us, like we're scrubbing our back with it. And this is the position. So we're going to hold that position for 40 seconds. So try to get your hands as close to each other as possible. You know, I can't do it, but you want to get them as close to each other as possible using the strap. That's the idea, is you're stretching your upper and you're stretching your lower at the same time. Also a good way to make sure your back is straight. So this is cow face with arms. Okay, that's 40 seconds right there. So we're going to switch to the other side. So stack your knees the other way. And you may find that you can do it easier one way than you can the other, because one hip is looser than the other. And the strap's over your other shoulder. So here we go, another 40-second hold. So your back is straight. Your arms are as close to each other, your hands are as close to each other as possible, holding onto that strap and stretching our hips at the same time. So this is good for the shoulders. This is good for the hips, good for your posture, just good in general. And it doesn't matter how far away your hands are, just the fact that you're going as far as you can. And it's good to hold this. Okay, that's 40 seconds. Good job, guys. That's a difficult one. And I'm going to go to core work because I'm running out of time. So just bear with me for a second. I got to make a quick note. Okay. So here comes the new core work. We are lying on the mat, legs bent, feet on the floor. You want to press your lower back to the floor, kind of like we did when we were vacuuming. Your legs come up, tabletop. Now the movement on your legs is this: straighten, 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 straighten. You can do just your legs if you choose, or you can involve your arms. Your arms are straight up, palms facing each other. When the left leg goes out, the arm comes back. When the right leg goes out, the arm comes back. So your choice. We're going to do this for 1 full minute. You can go as fast or as slow as you choose. It's more the time. I recommend going slow. It's not as hard, especially if you're not used to this. So we're working our core, people. This is a very effective move. I have to think about what I'm doing or I get all confused. There we go. That was 1 minute. That went by fast. Wow, good work. Okay. The other one is, okay. We're going to do bent knee leg lifts. We've done these before. You're flat on your back, knees bent, feet flat, about shoulder width apart. Excuse me. And then we just lift the leg and lift the leg. And we'll do that for a full minute. So right leg comes up. Again, you can do this faster if you choose. Keep the bend, the same bend in your knee as you come up. And believe it or not, this is core work. I feel it in my abs. So it's a very simple movement, but very effective. Okay, that was 1 minute. Okay, good job. Now, the next thing we're going to do is the hover. This is the hover. Your legs are straight, and they are a few inches above the ground. We're going to hold that position for 30 seconds, or if you can't make it 30 seconds, just bring your legs down and bring them back up. So let me set my timer. Hold on just a second. Yeah, there it is. Okay, here we go. Your feet can be flexed or pointed or just natural. Again, if you can't do it for 30 seconds, that's fine. Lower your legs and then just bring them back up. Very simple movements, but they're very powerful. All right, that was it. Down we go. Good job. Good job, guys. Okay. Now we're going to do one of our favorite things, the plank. So I'm going to show you some options because I believe in options. You can keep your knees on the mat. Just stretch your arms out, lower your hips, and plank from your knees. You can do the same thing, planking from your forearms. Or on your forearms, you can come up and do a full plank on your forearms, which is what I prefer. You can also plank on a chair or a counter. You can do something higher. I do this in my kitchen sometimes. You hang onto the chair, walk your feet back, and then straighten. That's another way of doing it. Or you want to, if I don't tip the chair, you can do something higher, like even a bookcase or something. You want something more solid than this chair against a wall. And plank. So there are many, many ways to do planks. So we're just going to just do whatever works for you. And we're just going to hold it for 40 seconds. So here we go. You know, and if you think about it, 40 seconds isn't that long. It's just maybe 3 bars of happy birthday to you, maybe 4, but it's really not that long when you think about it. Planks are so good for you. Five seconds. There we go. That was 40 seconds. Good job, guys. All right. So one last thing we're going to do. I just need to make a quick note. Okay. So bird dog. So hands and knees, or tabletop, I guess. Make sure that your hands are below your shoulders. Your fingers are spread so they give you more support. Your knees are hip width apart. Your back is level. So we're going to start with our right leg, slide it along, and then raise it. Try to keep your hips level. Not timing this, I'm just trying to explain what you do. Yeah, at this point, you can either flex your foot or you can point it, whatever works for you. The leg is parallel, the hips are parallel, shoulders are over hands. Lower your leg, bring your knee back. Now your left one. Toes along the mat, raise the leg. You can rotate your foot when you're up here, do whatever you want. Keep your hips equal to each other. Don't tilt. I have a tendency to tilt. And lower your leg, bring your knee back. Now your arm, start with your right arm. Feel yourself lean into your left hand while you slowly raise your right arm, keeping your shoulders even and your palm towards the floor. And then bring that one back. Or you could shake it out while you're there because you've been leaning on it for a while. Now your left hand. So gradually feel the weight going on your right hand. You raise that arm up, palm towards the floor, shoulders are even, hips are even, and shake it out. Okay, now we're going to do both together, arm and leg. We're going to start with the left leg, slide along the mat, raise it, and the right arm straight out. Good job. Now come down with your hand, lower your foot, bring your knee back. Now the other side. Right foot along the mat, raise it up, left arm out. You're working your core here. Lower your hand, lower your foot, slide along the mat, back to position. Good job. That's it. Let's get ready for Yoga Nidra. So get into your comfortable position. Might want to put something over your eyes. Make sure you are either warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation. This works deeply on your nervous system, balances your energies, increases your mental harmony. So I'm going to guide you to move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Don't move anything Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your attention to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Stretch your arms out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way and then the other. Stretch one side of your body and then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. Straighten that leg out. Take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. Straighten that leg out. Take both knees up to your chest. Hold them and slowly rock back and forth, feeling that massage on your back organs. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll towards the camera using your lower arm as support for your neck. This is our gratitude minute. We're going to stay in this position and be grateful. Take time out to be grateful for all that you have. I'm grateful every day for all that I have. And I don't mean material things. I just mean my health, my ability to move, my opportunity to move with you. I'm grateful for you that you came today and shared my movements with me. And when you're ready, go ahead and come up to a sitting position. Take your time. I'm going to remove my spotlight. You'll want to unmute yourself. Hands to your heart. Let's push our hands together and feel a little bit of that shoulder work we did. Oh, yes, just a little. And then relax. So I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And Parvin, have a safe drive. And we'll end the class by saying namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye-bye.
Mistake.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.